Hello my friends, I do apologize. Hold on just a moment. Somebody else joined the team in here, but in fact the team is not open. This is a invitation only team, so just a moment. I can't really I apologize for that. I apologize for that. I don't know why, but Destiny 1 game keeps always at the beginning when you load it for the first time, keeps resorting to open to everyone, and by default I've set it up to be just accessible to people who are invited. It's obvious if you're in a public broadcast you can't be just allowing everyone to come in, because you never know what types of things might be said and done, and that's the trouble. Yeah, I could see Minute Wix is here. Hello, thanks very much for staying here with us. Really appreciate that. I do apologize. I'm not sure what the problems are, but they're persisting. They've been affecting me already for several hours. And not just during the stream, also I've tried a few other things on PS Network, such as PS Live services, and I keep getting the dreaded error screen that network is not strong enough, there's a fault on a network or something, the blue thingy with that yellow dot in there, and that is very, very annoying. Anyway, before we start, I just want to tell you something else. Yesterday I went to a brand new game centre in very, very central section of London. It's at Tottenham Court Road, for everyone or anyone familiar with London. It's the very, very heart of our capital, and they had built a new hub, a new section where you can come in and then you can try all the different equipment which is currently on sale to that company. It's called PC World / Currys. It's one of the best retailers in Britain for high quality tech, and they made it very, very impressive. There are several lines in the several rows, very, very similar to what you get when you participate in some gaming conventions where people are doing pro gaming and competitive stuff. And you can try laptops, you can try desktops, you can try consoles, and also you have one special desk made just for two people, where there are two gamers, one on each side, where you can use the setup with three massive, honestly, massive monitors. So they're your proper professional streaming setup, very similar in fact to what professional traders, people who do financial markets, use as well. It's exactly the same, the only difference is you have different things on display, and I have to say it was very, very impressive. I watched some of the guys using those facilities, and particularly I was interested in those on those three monitor setups, because I have my setup which is very similar to that, and it was really mouth-watering, and also the quality of tech. These were the best rigs with the best processors, the best graphics cards, and they were doing Anthem and they were doing Apex, in fact, one on each of those setups, and it's just a wonderful gameplay, and very, very addictive to a degree, because the setup by itself is so beautiful and so easy to use that you would just want to be sitting there all day and trying different things. And what's particularly good, you can have several things mapped out. You can have your communication and chat and community stuff on one monitor, you can have the game on another, and then you can have the 24/7 check on your stream on the third monitor. So it's a very, very useful thing. You can see exactly what's happening where, and the third monitor as well, in order to see what's happening, and depending on the game. So that was very impressive. Also, I went to investigate the situation with the brand new TVs, which are ideal for consoles, and I did have a look at a magnificent 80, I think it was 80 inch, or was it 75? I think it was 80 inch Samsung QLED TV, which costs at the moment £2,500 in Britain, and then the other one was OLED, and we were comparing and having a look at the quality resolution, and we were trying out a few things. We actually did watch some of the Anthem demos on those, and I have to say they looked out of this world, particularly on that QLED TV, which appears to be one of the best in the industry. And as you could imagine, when you are playing Destiny or Anthem or any of those wonderful space operas on those massive big screens, it just raises the bar. It is a completely different experience. So, you know, really it was wonderful. And also I was just comparing the latest models with the ones I've eyed up before, and you know, the idea was to find out what's happening right now. And for anyone interested, the best time to test equipment is at the end of, well, if you're in Britain, that is. I'm not sure what it's like in the, you know, in other countries. You want to test your current equipment in March. The reason for that is the entire industry is launching the next generation products in April. So as far as the TV sets are concerned, remember that the global launch of the new models and new things is always in April. Never ever buy your TV in March. You know, examine everything, consider the prices and everything that is out there, and then wait for that week of, you know, the launch, and then you can be looking for some serious discounts on what appears to be state-of-the-art equipment today. Because the QLED TV that I was looking at with 80-inch screen, at the moment I think it costs about £2,500, and you know, it may well be reduced by 2/3 as soon as the next TV comes out, and therefore you have to be very fast to buy it within that week, because the manufacturers will withdraw products, and therefore you will not be able to you know, basically to purchase it. And it depends on the manufacturer. I know that Sony do not allow sales of those products even on the day where you have the new equipment released. They just withdraw everything. That's not the case with Samsung or Panasonic, so keep this in mind. But the experience was really quite astonishing. I absolutely loved watching some of our favorite games. They were doing some of the trailers and demos for The Division 2 and also for Anthem. As you know, both games are sold currently in bundles through Microsoft, and the same company, PC World, has some absolutely astonishing bundles in there for people who are interested. You will get, if you are a Microsoft fan, any of those games. I think we're talking about 4 or 5 games, and you will get your console together with the best edition of the game. You will get subscription to the online services such as Xbox Live. You'll get subscriptions to Game Pass as well, and then in some instances, I think for Anthem that is, you'll get also access to EA Origin service. So it's quite extraordinary. You will have free access for anything between 1 and 3 months to all of those services on a very, very low price. And I most highly recommend to everyone to have a look. If you're not in Britain, you can just go through console-specific stores, which is obviously Microsoft and Sony, and you'll be able to have a look. But I was astonished by the quality and the quantity of those special offers at the moment. There may be a reason for that. Don't forget, Microsoft and Sony are in a turf war regarding their new generation consoles, and we've had some rumors coming out that perhaps the new Xbox, which is going to have no physical drive, is to be released imminently without any warning or advert. So, you know, watch this space, because if it does happen, it will change both the pricing on the current consoles, and indeed it will change the direction that the industry well, is having rather than taking at the moment. They want to focus entirely exclusively on downloadable content, and we'll have to see whether the gaming industry is likely to embrace that or not. There may be, you know, all sorts of reactions. One thing is what you get before the release, and the other is once people start purchasing those new consoles. The major difference will be in the price. That is going to be very significant. As you know, Xbox and PS have been always very expensive to top the range machines, but with that, their price probably can be halved, or even, you know, could be provided on less than that. They'll be looking at purely quantity of sales, and then the instant accessibility of those products, perhaps through new servers and faster downloads. And that means they will expand on the market technically, because at the moment we have all the zones. They may well be allowing everyone to be accessing those products from wherever they are, and that means obviously a massive increase on sales and revenue. So altogether it does appear to be a very good way forward, but we need to see what the response from the community is going to be. So I had a wonderful day, and you know, what better day to be but you know, to be able to have a look at some of the latest equipment, try it out in real life, talk to some of the gaming specialists, consider, well, another thing that I was testing yesterday, and that's exactly as to why I went to that store, was the gaming chairs. I have a terrific chair which I use, but they've been sending me some promotional material on certain chairs, and I'll tell you the chair I tried yesterday. Well, I tried about, I think, 10 or 15 different types, but the one which was recommended as the very best is, I need to tell you, just bear with me, I need to access it. Let me see. Corsair chair, right? And that's the top pro gaming chair, Corsair chair. It costs about £290, and you know, I really wanted to try it to find out what it feels like, and I have to say, compared to all the other ones I've seen there, Corsair chair was very good. The only trouble there was that it felt unnatural for my back. It did provide extra cushion support for my lower back, and a very good cushion, very high quality cushion for my neck. And as you know, a lot of people get severe neck pains after they are doing lengthy broadcasts and, you know, obviously stay on their computer for a long while, because without realizing